This is a great celebration. In fact, I'm excited that we got a chance to do this so fresh because I've got Dale Cunningham and his wife Julia on the line here, and she just got to America. Congratulations, guys. Tell us a little bit about these first days there together.
Thank you.
What do you think about 2 weeks? You've been here already.
Very fast. It was very fast.
What do you do in the first 2 weeks? I'm just curious what you've seen and what you've done together.
Well, we started with getting them telephones, so they have an American number now, and we can communicate. Fortunately, we have a 15-year-old teenage daughter that was part of the package, and so she got a brand new phone, new number, and we have a park that is very close to our house, so she enjoys taking our pet for a walk around the park. She's made new friends, and we started driving lessons now, and just home cleanup and organization, because everything I had as a bachelor was completely out of place. So she tightened up the house, and so yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Well, so now that I did the quick catching up here where you guys are, let me do a brief intro. You know, Dale's been a friend now for probably 4 or 5 years.
7 years.
7 years. See how time flies? And you know what?
Yes.
Both you and I are better looking than we were 7 years ago. I'm just saying.
I have to agree with you. I think you're right.
100%. And especially a Ukrainian woman's going to make you younger, look younger, and feel younger. So it adds to your life. But Dale's been part of the tribe, very active, loving the brothers, supporting, and he joined the Find Your International Wife course, one of my masterminds, Quest Mastermind programs. And then, of course, during his journey to negotiate getting Julie to the U.S., you know, our staff, Arena and I have been just, you know, trying to wrap our arms around them and do whatever we can to help and give stability and encouragement, say, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So it's a joy.
There was no try. You guys actually did it. You wrapped your arms around us, your staff. Ida was my romance coach. And I can tell you what, Mark, when I wrote you and Chris that email, said, hey, here's some of the things that have happened in my past, you know, 30 years ago or whatever, but issues that would affect my availability for Julia to join. And I disclosed and became very transparent with you guys and vulnerable. And you guys wrapped your arms around me. And I remember the day that you sent me, it was in November 2019. You sent me an email that said, I'm going to give you my best romance coach. And Ira and I became very fast friends, and she was indispensable in our story.
Oh, that's great, brother. I'm just so happy with you. So I want to ask both of you a question, because this is a new and unique relationship. And I think what is interesting is I'm going to tell you from experience, you've come through the hardest part. Now you get to celebrate. Honestly, you're going to enjoy life together. But what did it take for you guys to learn about each other, to be patient from this time when you fell in love and you took all this work to do the visa process? How did you stay connected, and how did you keep feelings of love alive? It had to have been a challenge under all that delay and all these things.
Yeah, we had quite a unique experience, but I'll let her talk about her perspective of how we met and things that happened, and about 2 years of us communicating, waiting for our visa. Yeah.
So Julia, I can ask you, Julia, I'll make this very simple. It's like, what do you like about this man that made you patient to say, I'm here, I'm yours, we will make this. It's a big journal. What do you like about Dale?
He is very kind, and he can love me real, and very care about me and about my daughter. And he is very romantic man for me. I like it very much.
Oh, how does your daughter feel about him?
Oh, she loves him because he's very kind, kind, and he doesn't have a father, never. And they'll try to be father for her.
Mm. That's
He
awesome.
trusts him, and she can trust everything when they speak about about her secret. She doesn't tell me about her secret, but she will tell him. Yeah, this is real
It's true.
and strange for me.
I've
From my
often.
side,
Oh, go ahead.
when we first met, I had a little bit of a different architecture to my quest tour, as you know, Mark. And so I had a list of already women that I was interested to meet and stuff. And Ida was beside me as we met. And my first one, no. And Julia was the last girl on my list to meet. The first thing that I was thinking of, okay, you know, when you're on a date with a girl and if you want to hold her hand or something like that, and if she pulls away a little bit, you know, maybe she's not really into you very much. So it's kind of a body language type thing. And I was doing a little bit of experimentation during our date with Julia, but the position that she was in, she wasn't close enough for me to touch her hand. So I just gently touched her knee. Little did I know how out of place I was, and just she let me know later on, not immediately. She forgave me immediately, but she let me know that was so stupid. So I did some stupid things, but I think the thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I love this. You got to understand, all the guys watching, everybody has this analytical mind, and they read these playbooks as if, okay, then I should do this next. And step 1, 2, 3, and next I try to touch the girl somehow to test this stuff. It's like it's totally devoid of reality with human beings, and it takes you, you know, instead of being present and enjoying this person, you're going, okay, and next on the checklist, I should probably do this. You know, but I get it because all the guys are that way. You get it. It's like it's romance by checklist.
It's actually testing her because, as you know, I had a little bit of a interesting experience with a previous relationship that turned out to be completely, I was just completely taken advantage of. And so it completely destroyed my trust. Actually, I thought I was going to be red pill MGTOW, hell with relationships, no more women. I'm going to be a bachelor the rest of my life. But then I noticed that I was attending events with singles and things, and about 1.5 years after I made my initial decision, and I'm sitting here looking at myself and saying, okay, be honest. You're saying that you don't want anything to do with this, but you're going to events and you're dating girls, women, to what? Not be lonely? What is it? And I had to have a come to Jesus moment and say, I want happiness with a partner. And I love the traditions and the culture of Ukraine. And because it feels like America 70 years ago when, you know, men had their role and women had their role. And I know this goes against all the feminist stuff that's going on in the world right now. But she, in 2 weeks, she has completely changed my life, especially in cooking. And she's taking care of me. I showed her I had test results. My A1C went from 7.2 down to 5.4. I'm normal. I think she's saving my life. And so it's very amazing.
Julia, see, you're a lifesaver.
And she's a good driver too. She's learning really well.
Nice.
We've had about 5 or 6 different practices on the course, doing very well. And I'm teaching Vlada too, because in 1 month she'll be 16. And as you know, here she can get her driver's license, learner's permit. Yeah. And so we're working on getting that, because I don't think she realized how far apart the grocery store is from the house. And she's used to walking to the store in 5-10 minutes, you know?
Of course.
You just can't do it here.
No, it's different. I'm glad you're learning to drive a car. It can make you nervous if you haven't done it before, but you'll be glad once you did. So I'm curious, Julia, what are your plans there? Have you guys talked about if she's going to just stay at home for a while? I know it'd take a while to get your work permit, but do you want to pursue work there? Or you just want to stay at home for a while and be mother and wife?
Uh, he asked me about what.
If you would like to start a work, if you want to look for work as a job or just be at home.
No, I would like to work because I like my work and they'll know about it. This is my, как это сказать? I love my work. I'm hairdresser and I work about 25 years. But I would like to work not often, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, because I would like to give a lot attention for my dad and my daughter and my house. Because when I come to America and our house, I love this house. I love clean it and I love to give attention for the, but I put very more a lot food. Right. He told me, please, Julia, don't cook a lot food for me.
That sounds adorable. All right, so now you're here, you're catching your breath. What are the next plans over the next couple of months? Dale?
Yeah, we talked about a serious discussion for our wedding date and location. We're thinking of going to Pensacola and maybe having a ceremony on the Gulf of Mexico on the beach and inviting anyone who is part of the tribe and our friends and people who have been part of our journey and inviting them. But for the day-to-day stuff, one of the things that comes to my mind every single day that I have to kind of, my mantra is what you presented many years ago, and you said demeanor of the man in the relationship is like a benevolent king. You are the director. You control the relationship. You control a lot of the things with input and consultation, of course. But the benevolent king mentality has worked for me in keeping our relationship together for 2 years as we Skype, go through some ups and downs. There's been 3 or 4 times that our relationship I thought was pretty much over. And we didn't involve Ira too much because we're both adults and we can handle our problems and solve them. I think there was only one time that we asked Ira for some translation help during a really difficult time. But those are some of the most important things, is to be the benevolent king and do what's right. Don't worry about being right. If you're doing what's right, then you're caring about the other person. If you're only worried about being right, then you're just being selfish and care about yourself. And that's not the right mentality for this to work.
Oh, that sounds good. So, Julia, have you told Dale of any special places in America that you would like to see?
Oh, I would like to see everything. Grand Canyon and Pacific Ocean and another ocean, Atlantic Ocean. I like to travel very much, but Dale maybe no.
I do. In this last 2 weeks, we've already put 200 miles on my Harley with her on the back. And we had a little training session, and I've taken her to many different places here around Dallas. And I thought that she might be a little bit scared in her, but no, she's a better biker than I am. So she's ready to go.
Wow, that's awesome. That reminds me, by the way, we have a large number of our couples that are in Texas. So I need to create a database so you guys can all connect and get together as couples.
That would be great, because I know that Julia has already connected to Alona in Michigan or Minnesota. Where are they up there?
I don't remember.
Okay, and she's already had another lady from Ukraine, Nikolaya, come to our house for hairdressing work. And so they're speaking Russian for 6 hours. I'm just left. And so, yeah, the ability to network and to allow her to not feel trapped or prisoner or anything like that is my primary goal, for her to feel very open and free.
But I wanted to just tell you how glad I am that you guys are part of the family. And even Dale, 7 years ago when you first met me, we've grown so much. We have so many more couples that now is such a good time. You know, when Dream Connections first started, we had nobody. You know, the nice part today is we've had like 400 married couples. And so there's always people find these networks of 6, 7, 8 different people that they're friends with. And it's a support community. It's one of the most important things to me, because I remember when I went through my journey, it's one of the things I said is like, there was nobody who related. There was nobody who was genuine. Nobody who was supporting. And I said, I never want anybody to do this journey alone, for the women or the men. So especially for the women, they're leaving their country, they're coming someplace new. And to talk to other ladies in Dream Connections, you know, is so helpful to say, it's okay, it'll work out, you know, and to call each other and have this support with genuine people. Because I remember early on, I was just trying to find other Slavic speaking people in Sacramento where I lived. And I remember going into this Russian souvenir shop, and this old babushka's behind the counter. And I said, yeah, I've got my wife coming and I want her to meet other Russian speaking people. And she just looks at me and she says, you don't want her to talk to me. I hate this country. You know, so it's like, you know, it's not just Russian speaking people. You got to have the right ones that understand this journey that we've done and are going to be supportive to you guys, a couple, and become friends, you know. So I am so proud today of what we built, and I'm excited to, you know, to see you guys connecting with other couples, and there's many, many more. And like, I don't know if you know this, but last year during 2020, we had a group of like, I think 16 that were going to do a cruise, a Dream Connections couples cruise.
Really?
Yeah, we were going to advertise it to the whole tribe and say, hey, all Dream Connections couples, you know, it's a couples cruise. So I'll put you in touch with the people that were putting that together, and maybe you guys can ignite that now that things are opening up again.
If you just say the word Bahamas, she goes crazy. She wants to go.
Yes.
Oh, that's so cute. I'm so happy for you guys. Well, congratulations again. And I just Dale wanted to close. You mentioned something in your email to me that you wanted to give a word of encouragement to guys if they're thinking about this, that it's worth it. What did you want to say?
Well, I was reflecting on some of the experiences, and as I mentioned earlier, the email that I had sent to you when you decided to allow me to have this journey with Dream Connections. There's, you know, nobody's perfect, and sometimes life throws at us things that are difficult to deal with, and maybe we made a mistake here and there. Things that even maybe the embassy will flag or whatever, and wanted to make sure that any of those guys that might be in the same boat with that I was in, still am in, but transparency is an extremely valuable property in a relationship, and becoming vulnerable. I believe those two items together is really what's contributed to the success of me being able to disclose some of my past history and things and things for Julia, so she could really know who I am and where some of my experiences in past have come from, and where they brought me to this point where she is now in my life, and had to make a decision. Does she want to be a part of my life in the future, or does she want to just stay friends? And so those two items, I think, for men in the tribe that might be here in America that are maybe holding back because they have a fear of rejection or something like that, just make yourself vulnerable, put it on the table, be transparent and authentic. And I think those things are a highly successful recipe for a Ukrainian woman to get to know you decide, yes, I want to be with you.
Hmm. You know, Julie, I have a question for you then in closing. It's not popular in Ukraine for women to marry a foreign man, but I think for you, it's been good. Would you tell other Ukrainian women to maybe think about this and consider foreign men, that maybe they could be good husbands?
Oh, my opinion that American men are the best husband in all world. This is only my opinion, but this is my real experience.
I have a gun to her head in the back here.
You made her say that, yeah.
No,
American man different, Ukraine man different. After American man, I never ever to want to have a relationship with Ukraine or Russian man. Never.
Good enough. Well, that we could end on those words.
actually, if it's okay with you, Mark, I'd
Sure.
like to take a moment and I want to just tell you face to face, thank you so much for the opportunities that you've opened the door for me. You let me experience the Dream Connections family and processes, the support for the English lessons that we paid for over 18 months for English lessons. Julia came from nothing. And now all of our communications are mostly English, and with Vlada as well. So there are English translators. Ida, I'd like to just give her my heartfelt thank you for all of her support. Beautiful woman, beautiful person. She gave me an experience in Kyiv. I was in the process of dating, and one night we were in a cafe, and in Russian, Ida was talking to this other lady and telling her all the things about me. I didn't understand it until later, and Ira told me what she said. But Ira, in that conversation with a third party, took my self-confidence and my self-esteem, and she just kicked me up, not one notch, maybe 5 notches, you know?
Mhm.
And I never had somebody describe me in the way that she did. And Ira is the best for me. She's wonderful.
Aw,
She's
so awesome.
She's wonderful. So just thank you, Mark. Thank you to Dream Connections and the program that you've built, how you supported us with our English and our proposal, which was in Odessa. Ira helped me put that together with Arthur. And we had a treasure hunt around Odessa with a dolphin. Did you see that video?
Of course, I saw all of it. Yeah, of course, I remember.
It was our most best moment.
Oh,
So
that's so
anyway,
great. Well,
thank you
congratulations, guys. You're very welcome, and we're so proud. And this is why we do what we do, and this makes it all worthwhile for us too. So thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah.
Hope you give a lot of hope and encouragement to a lot of other guys so they can
Thank
find theirs. All right, guys. Talk
to
to you
all
soon.
of us, to all of us benevolent kings, don't give up. Come to Ukraine. It's worth it.
All right, and guys, you're next.